Market Square, Patrick Ewing and the New York Knicks came roaring out of their locker room, all full of pep. And with 11:20 and now counting down to the tip, Patrick Ewing and the Knicks trying to take a 2-games-to-none lead as they play Game 2 against the Indiana Pacers. As you hear the roar and the Pacers take the floor here at Market Square.
The Indiana Pacers. Great pass by Jackson into Miller.
Yeah, the Knicks fell apart that time. There was a back screen, ran Reggie down the floor. This is an excellent call in the open floor. They catch Thomas with a cheap shot on Mark Jackson.
Kurt Thomas picks up his first foul for Coach Jeff Van Gundy.
You know, in talking to Jeff before the game, they expect this. They expect the Pacers to come out with a ton of energy. The Knicks just have to handle it and stay close.
Jackson Ward, another fine
Time that he's double-teamed early.
Jackson posting up inside and finds it for two.
Split, and you could see Mark Jackson easily split that trap.
A technical foul has just been thrown on Kurt Thomas of the New York Knicks.
See, Kurt Thomas is a volatile player. He is blessed with great tools. He's strong in the upper body. He can score with his back to the basket. He can hit the medium jumper and rebound for you. Plus, he's going to play Rick Smith. Now, already, you know, he's hit twice early. That is a bad tone. It might be.
Ewing trying to reel it in and does.
Nice.
Inside to Thomas with a great pass by Ewing and a foul.
Beautiful pass by Patrick, looking for the cutter coming down. And if Patrick will do that time and time again.
Another pass, Smith to Davis.
In the middle, that is there.
Johnson against Mullen. Tough matchup for Chris Mullen and a fake by Larry Johnson.
See, Iwell was hurt for 20 games, and so they didn't get a lot of time to play together.
Reggie Miller got it inside after Dale Davis got the rebound. 5 points for Miller.
Yeah, the offensive rebounding at the Indiana end of the floor is surprising, and it's definitely a big factor.
Larry Johnson plows his way inside for two.
I don't know another play that I would call right now.
Oh, good. Excellent.
I mean, I'm milking that for two reasons. One, Larry Johnson can score, and two, you get Chris Mullen off the...
Houston, Johnson, and Ewing.
You know, interesting, the complaining you heard more. Oh, my.
Wow! A three by Reggie Miller.
That's one of the things that in Game 1 the Knicks limited.
Smith with the 10. Thomas got a hand on it. Still fighting on the baseline. A foul called on the New York Knicks.
Someone is going to have to find Dale Davis. Not only on the offensive boards, he's cutting. Whoever is guarding him, Kurt Thomas, is taking his eyes off his man, and Dale Davis is cutting to the basket, and they're finding him. Now, you don't think that Dale Davis is an offensive player, but if you cut by yourself under the bucket, they're going to find you, and he's going to make things happen.
Shooters, they make them in the morning practices. They make them in the night sessions. They go and shoot on their own on game day, and as soon as you put on the lights, all right, unfortunately.
Ewing is called down low. Another foul on Patrick Ewing, his second of the game.
Yeah, I like the way this game is being refereed. And when you think about it, they are cleaning everything up off the dribble and then posting up. And yet, the ferociousness on the offensive glass here tonight has been outstanding at both ends.
Yeah, that's a good point, because they're cleaning it up on one end, but they're allowing both teams to still play hard. You can play hard and not foul.
That's right. That's
right now, one team is fouling.
You talked in the open about the first center with 2 fouls is in trouble. Ewing now has 2.
Yeah, and that's big, because you can see both coaches were trying to get the other guy off the floor.
Another
the
foul
Knicks
call.
have to be
On one post play with Reggie Miller and Jackson. When they went to their movement, they came back in the game, got ahead, and got a lead. And once they did, they went right back to the one-on-one play again. Movement is the key. That's why they look so good here early.
Jeff Van Gundy actually wants.
Looked like they were trying to double Jackson as he tried to post up, and a whistle away from the ball. Now they're going to call it on Childs inside, working on Jackson.
Here we go. The motion right now from the Pacers is terrific.
Oh, and from press row. And from press row.
Wow.
Come on.
Indiana has never trailed. Only tie has been at 2. Houston to Johnson to Dudley with a nice hook inside.
See, you were criticizing on his foul shooting. He has a great jump hook. So he's going to show us that now for the rest of this game.
He really does, but why let him get it off if he can't shoot foul shots?
Jackson on Sprewell. Snaps it outside to Antonio Davis. Childs the rebound. Mullen knocked it away. It's off of Childs. Childs loves the aggressive, pretty defense inside, but he draws a foul. Right, 4 on 3. Houston to Sprewell for 2 with a great slicing move.
Now first, a great block by Camby in traffic, then the excellent quickness of the second unit, and then the man who can finish. He not only breaks, and he has the quickness, but he finishes.
And a couple fast break points, what you were talking about earlier. One Davis to another. And a 3-second violation.
By the way.
They don't get headlines, but they go to the bank.
Their wives and family are happy.
Very happy. Here comes Larry Johnson. Working on Mullen with a nice spin move inside.
Right now you have Jalen Rose coming off the bench. And this is needed. But right now you have to give Bird a lot of credit. He hung with Mullen because he wanted him to get off to a good start.
And Sprewell on Jackson. Great feed to Antonio Davis, but he moved 1-2. Goes in for the first time. Johnson is there. And illegal defense.
Yeah, it's illegal defense.
Joe Forty had the... I guess he's in full throat tonight. Larry Johnson grabbed a new religion. It's changed his life, he said, and he's a better player for it.
Well, you can see, they put Mullen on him. He scored. They tried Rhodes. He scored. Now they're trying McKee, and he's on the free throw line. That's 3 different guys already who have guarded 4 if you count Dale Davis, who has guarded Larry Johnson. So right now, the go-to player for the Knicks is Larry Johnson.
And Matt Dudley kicks it out to Dale Davis.
Now, the Knicks played that as well as you can play a post-up guy that has an advantage. The Knicks front the post-up man. The double-teamer, Dudley, came from the other side, but then you've got to give credit for the pass. Unselfish play.
Nice screen by Johnson.
If I'm Portland, I'm concerned. They have not scored 20 points in 6 of the 8 quarters played. That is a major issue.
Houston over Travis Best, and he devours him inside.
Yeah, that's the one part of the game that no one talks about with Allen Houston. He is a terrific post player.
Travis Best is in. Sam Perkins in for the first time. Rose remains. Antonio Davis and McKee. Rose.
For LJ's 8 points, but it is now his job as he's guarding him. We'll see what happens there. Kevin?
Thank you, Dee. Is Travis Best. That's a long-range 2, something we have not seen a lot of in this series or in the playoffs from Best.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of him, and that's because he's been in foul trouble. He can't stay on the floor, so he really has no offensive rhythm.
Oh, the power and the speed of Sprewell just took Best right inside.
Well, it doesn't matter what Best does. He can defend them, slide perfectly like all the defensive drills, and then Sprewell jumps over the top of him.
Exactly.
Come on, he negates all of that defense.
I guarantee you he looked at Bird and said, I'd rather guard Houston.
Yeah.
Let's see if we see the switch next time down. Rose spinning for position. Dudley with the rebound. Here comes Houston. Rose will be on him. Camby guarded by McKee. Best against Johnson. Into Dudley. Oh, I can't believe in the process he drew a foul out of the New York big men down low, and Dudley best pass and set up everybody else when he's manning the point. Ward to Camby. Nice slithering move.
Oh, back to Camby after going to him once, and he turned the ball over.
Finals. Screen by Davis. Best finds room and looks for Davis. Dudley knocked it away.
Should have shot it early. Had a shot right off the pick. Took one more dribble and put himself in trouble.
See, he's got the mismatch, and he wants to go one-on-one for the advantage. Good pass.
Nice feed by Dudley. Larry Johnson buries the 3. He's only a 23 career three-point shooter.
Big thing right now, you can say, hey, the Knicks bench is starting to get it done right without the fast break. Well, it's difficult to fast break You only can do that off the first turnover. They got it because Indiana's been shooting a nice percentage. It's so difficult to get any type of a rhythm.
And you know, when people were saying, well, why hasn't he been on the floor? And we've talked about the poor shooting and the fouls. I'll tell you why. His name is Allen Iverson. That's why. He'll put you in foul trouble.
Yeah, right. You know, I love it when everyone says, well, just stay in front of him. Sure. Yeah, okay.
Jalen Rose. Rebound by McKee and a fresh 24 with 7:18 to play in the second quarter. Canby picks up another. Number 2.
Now this is just a great move. Dudley knew that he was out of his range, and he swung it right to Larry Johnson. You know, a lot of people say Larry Johnson has just started to make three-point shots. Well, in 96, Larry Johnson made 67 threes for Charlotte. He could always hit that shot.
Here's my question. You leave Larry Johnson open behind the three to go to Chris Dudley at the three-point line?
Excitement, pressure of the moment.
Yes.
And I was forced to rotate. You want another excuse or what?
Jalen Rose spinning inside. Knocked away by Houston. Picked up by Antonio Davis in the lane. 2-on-1.
It's the Pacers who are getting fast break points and easy buckets, something they didn't get in game 1.
Sprewell just dragged 2 defenders in and left Ewing free on the wing.
Well, anytime you run pick and roll against Indiana, you can get that shot, that 17-foot jumper at any time.
Best with the miss out of Bushing.
That shot's there.
Sprewell inside, off balance, and down. A majestic shot again by Sprewell.
Now, that is a high percentage. Degree of difficulty shot.
He should get more points for the degree of difficulty. Perkins. Miller thought about 3, rotating to Best. Out to Rose for 3.
They had both options there. Ewing was open and Sprewell was open. That's no good.
Miller picked up the foul. Great pass by Ewing. Rose knocks down it for 2.
During the year, you could cut all you wanted if you had a Knicks shirt on. All right, you would get the fake, and you would then clear out, and Larry Johnson and Ewing would pound the air out of the ball. It's nice tonight. They're actually hitting the cutter.
Miller snaps it outside to Perkins. Knocked away by Sprewell. 8 seconds to shoot. 4:40 in the second quarter clock.
Track Miller! Track Miller!
Back to talk about guard play for Indiana before the game.
Yeah, and more point guard play, which I thought was vital for Indiana. And both point guards are having a big game.
Jackson. The Pacers have their biggest lead tonight.
And they're doing it with effort. It's all effort plays.
Houston is doubled. Ward. Into Miller. And up. Rebound inside. Collected by Miller. Now Indiana has numbers. 4-on-1. Over the top.
Now Reggie Miller just went with a little flop. Everybody's a little nervous here right now. Mark Jackson's over 6.
Ewing inside.
Movement is beautiful. They sliced Miller first, came with the screen and roll, took the roll right into the basket, and then they attacked hard. They're catching the Knicks out of sync in the rotations.
Exactly, and I also think effort. In game 1, there was none from the Pacers. In game 2,
53% from the field. And a foul here called on Allen Houston. As Patrick Ewing here's the booze cascading from the upper decks here at Market Square.
Now here's your slice by Reggie Miller. As soon as he goes by, they're looking down inside. And you can see that.
Because Reggie Miller is going to make sure you know.
Well, that was his 8th foul shot attempt in this game.
Dale Davis is on Larry Johnson. Great seductive fake by Larry Johnson. Oh, what a play.
Now, he stayed with it. You got to give him credit. He stayed with it, and he gave more than one move on Dale Davis. And as soon as he saw him rising up, he made the quick step.
He made a move with every part of his body as the Knicks get the Indiana turnover. Houston orchestrating inside Johnson. Another fake that draws them out of their shoes, and Johnson's got 15. Nice little run by the Knicks then the first half.
Well, you say, well, you can't fast break unless you force turnovers and then hold them to one shot. The Knicks have been poor defensively when the team is shooting over 55%. Hey, how can you get out on a break? Right here.
Another New York steal. Johnson.
There you go. That shooting percentage will drop. The Knicks will be out on the floor forcing fast breaks, and you can see it's 3-on-1, 3-on-2 when the Knicks chances are there.
And this is a small lineup, again, from New York. Same thing in game one.
Nice drive by Antonio Davis, stopping a 6-0 New York run.
The Knicks play in spurts. They have through the season and throughout the playoffs.
Johnson again. Dale Davis is there with the isolation. Johnson, this time fires and hits.
Oh, you knew it, because he set him up with the first time. First time, pump fake, Davis buys it, he gets the layup. You knew there was no way that Dale Davis was going to jump at that fake right there, and LJ knew it also, and that's why he took the shot.
Sprewell and Jackson. What a pass! Knocked away inside by Canby. Here comes Sprewell out of the pack. Good if it goes. By Dale Davis, a fresh 24.
You can see there, a rebound where Patrick Ewing just did. Big move.
There's a Ewing rebound and quickly triggers it off to Ward, who finds Thomas, who fires him.
There should be help there because there's no time to pass it out.
Another nice move by Johnson. Counted for 2, and they'll go to the free throw line.
I mean, you look here and you look at this post by Mark Jackson. There's 2 seconds, 3 seconds on a shot clock. If there's a trap, there's no time for another shot. I'm surprised that there was no help on play.
Well, they've been late a lot tonight, Doc. This is not that team that we were talking about leading the playoffs, only giving up 79% and only giving up 37% in shooting. But tonight, Indiana over 50%, dominating the boards and really taking them to score.
Owen picked up his 4th foul. Larry Johnson is torching the Pacers, 8 of 10 from the field. He's got 20. Reggie Miller. The rebound by Antonio Davis. He kicks it out to Jackson. Over to Miller. Ward sneaks one into Thomas. Whacked by Dale Davis. His second.
They continue to hit Thomas hard. And it's interesting because now we're having words out here right now, Antonio Davis and Larry Johnson. Now they are
flooring by Mullen.
He got hit.
Rebound by Thomas. Loose ball foul.
And I tell you, Allen Houston got hit on the shot, and then Thomas gets the offensive push, loose ball foul. In spite of everything, the Knicks are down 10.
Yeah, it's interesting because the Knicks are not playing well, just couldn't jump.
Lost it to Dale Davis. Thomas knocked it away and out of bounds. 20 seconds to shoot. You forget sometimes about Thomas that he was the 10th player.
Going to be his call.
Yeah, it is. And I think right now he's not hurting them much. His presence is still a presence.
Kurt Thomas cans one from outside.
Well, what I like about it is Patrick posted up. The man playing Thomas is laying off, and they're fronting and sandwiching Ewing, and he can hardly walk.
Nice hook pass inside, knocked away. Picked up by Johnson. Rebound Ewing, flips it out towards, swings it over to Johnson, fires by Jackson, and gets it again.
Play, and he said, yes. Then he says, well, let me know when you want to come out. He said, I'm afraid if I come out, Coach, I won't be able to go back in. So they're going to go with him as long as they can. Kevin?
Wow. Look at it and say, we have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off. You have 3 days off before you play game 3.
Houston on Miller. I mean, came and crushed him.
Keep an eye on Thomas right now. Here comes Reggie. He's going to come up over the top of the stagger. Now watch the defender step up and catch him. Now you can say if you're a Knick guy, if you're Van Gundy, you're yelling and saying, hey, that wasn't much.
Nice rebound by Dale Davis. And a foul is assessed inside on the Knicks. Ewing was there. And the foul. Slow coming over is on Patrick Ewing.
Now that was excellent pressure by Camby. That's what forced the miss. And then you're going to get the foul right there. Now I did not think that Patrick got a good shot at him. I kind of felt that Dale Davis went right back into his chest.
Game 1, it went to the defensive player. In Game 2, it's going to the offensive player.
Rebound by Antonio Davis. Guard 3. Jackson again, quickly double, which he was not in Game 1. Inside, it's Davis.
See, the problem again, Camby came quick, but Patrick Ewing man's cut. Ewing can't move. Open shots.
Into Antonio Davis.
78% at playoff time.
So they went into the playoffs shooting 80% basically from the foul line. Wow.
Marcus Camby flying high and sending it down. And Camby, who has been quiet scoring, picks up his first basket tonight.
Well, they know that Indiana's going to trap any type of screen and roll, and they're just sending the man right down the middle of the floor. You'd like to see the Knicks get a little more movement. No matter how bad they're playing, foul trouble, you know, it looks like they're struggling. They're right there.
Into the shot clock at 3. Rejected by Camby. Loose inside. Picked up Camby. Buckle up for Screamer.
3-point shooter.
Best blocked by Dudley. The rebound by Dudley with seconds remaining in the third.
They'll get a good shot out of this because free roll can go up over the top of Best.
Best picks a point and slashes inside. Dudley took it like a man, and here comes Childs the other way. Flings it out to Sprewell, drives on the slower Perkins, and kicks it out for Childs for 3. And we are tied at 71.
How
about this?
Yes, indeed. Now, you look at Childs. Hey, he shot at 36% during the year on three-point attempts, and I'm happy that he's getting some time because he's starting to feel it.
Rose inside for the lead. Rebound by Camby. New York can take their first lead of the game right here.
How about the second unit? Once they all came out and Patrick went and sat down, Doctor brought it up, they have been playing excellent all-around basketball.
Childs for the first lead for the Knicks. Dudley puts it in. 73-71, New York.
They're forced to second unit. Now, in the first half, they didn't get going, but they're rolling right now.
Well, the bench got them this far. Why not take them through Game 2? The bench was so instrumental late in the season. And in the first round with Miami, Rose slashing inside. Camby gobbled it up and a foul called on Camby.
When you look at the activity of the bigs, they're playing great defense. They're moving. They're finding open spots. No one puts a body on Chris Stelling. He just waits, and he gets a tip. Marcus Camby is not scoring a lot of points, but right now, Marcus Camby is a big impact on this game.
Let's drop in on Craig Sager.
Well, between quarters, an emotional huddle for the New York Knicks. Jeff Van Gundy told the players they're going out to start the quarter. Go out there, up the tempo. Let's see what we can do. At that point, a couple of fans wearing Knicks jerseys behind the bench were kicked out, escorted out of the arena for obviously causing some problems. That, too, gave the team a lift. They actually gave them high fives on their way out. Do you like them?
The Indiana huddle tried to stay calm, not emotional. Larry Bird saying to his guys, we must play solid defense. We cannot continue to send them to the line. Problem is now the Knicks are scoring in other ways. Kevin?
Knicks lead by 1. Indiana has missed a lot of free throws tonight.
Hey, how about 15, Kevin? Now we're talking the team, the #1 foul shooting team in the league, and you're at home.
Sprewell detonates on her hood. Sprewell working through jump shot. Rebound Camby into Dudley, rejected by Perkins in a foul.
Doc, the point you brought out about Camby, he is really sacrificing his body, not only at the offensive end where it's easy to crash and come when you're not being played. At the defensive end, he is all over this arena.
Oh, it's amazing. He's flying around, and I don't think people are questioning his toughness right now.
You're at home. You got to buckle it up. Right now, you're missing 15 foul shots. Smits is back in the game. There's no excuse. We should be able to put it together here from now down the wire. But you've got to do something with Dudley and Camby right now with the shooting.
Dudley just hit a real free throw.
You know what else with this Knicks team here? They believe that they're better. And that's a big factor. The Sixers hope that they were better. The Knicks believe.
To a plus situation.
Jackson drives behind the back of Smith. Tap by Childs. 3-on-2. Sprewell to Childs. Indiana got back well on defense.
Yeah, they've done a nice job transition defense-wise.
I was surprised that Sprewell did not take him right to the hole.
Johnson with the charge.
In that bad shot.
A travel on Smith.
Well, he did not make it.
To Childs, the front with inside. Oh, he catches inside.
Yeah. Landed hard on that right shoulder. Landed hard. See, I just love the energy by Childs here. See, he faked the outside shot. He just hit 2 threes, came strong, and that was a very hard foul.
And really wasn't a play on the ball. So he went down hard, and that usually makes officials call flagrant. But when you don't make a play on the ball, it's an easy call. Chris Childs this year, this is his best year at the point guard position with the Knicks.
He had a pretty good year with New Jersey when he was signed as a free agent.
Well, there's a big difference when you're playing with a non-playoff team and then you're coming in and you have to direct a playoff club. Because now every turnover, every poor decision is emphasized. And he had to make that adjustment. And Doc, that's a terrific point because he has really matured in the role and he does not mind coming off the bench and he can heat up in a hurry. And as you know, that's so hard to do.
Yeah, it is at that position. And, you know, you want to get a good example of that. Damon Stoudemire with Portland right now. Came from Toronto where he was the man. Now he's not, and it's a struggle for him. He will mature also.
New York is on a 17-2 run. That is down.
Now that was a tough shot. He banged that ball like he was trying to shatter the glass and then get the basketball player's lovely bounce.
Yes. To begin with.
Indiana has had no field goals in 7 minutes. Another foul. Dudley picks this one up for New York. Inside, he tripped over Childs, who was defending on a cross. Chris Childs is arguing with fans in back of us.
Are you saying that he's A, feisty, 2, loose, all right, or 3, a loose cannon?
All right.
What do we mark the box here?
I'm going with D. All of the above. Yes.
Indiana has missed their last 9 shots. Miller has been invisible. Rose over Johnson. By 4. Houston. Camby fights for it inside and a whistle and a foul.
It's amazing watching him. He's more active and he's going at it harder right now than anyone else on the floor.
Doc, he's jumping and he's like a foot above everyone else, and we know that everyone else is trying. The effort is there. Now just watch, he pops right up out of here now. And he's just throwing his body recklessly into opponents.
And Rick Smith has fouled out of the game. He has gone with measly points and rebounds.
You know what's impressive? Rick Smith has fouled out without Patrick Ewing on the floor. It's Marcus Camby and Dudley making him foul them.
Sprewell, Jackson defending. Johnson with the rebound, fought for. Dudley and Rose collide, and a whistle and a foul. And
Big foul.
Dudley is gone. He fouls out.
Now, here comes the decision from Jeff Van Gundy.
Right.
What would you do, Doc?
Well, it's not what he's doing.
Yeah, I was going to answer, but now I don't have to.
No, Patrick just jumped up. And that's what he does. And then standing, and there's a potential shot block.
Jackson in the post, no surprise.
Oh, nice goal.
To Rose for three. Is fouled out. Larry Johnson.
Well, it's
Finishes with
interesting.
22 points, but 20 came in the first half.
You can see it.
Yeah, you just keep an eye. And there it is right there. See, Dale Davis, he's 6'11", but he has long arms. The guy plays like he's 7'6". You know, and that was just a sweet move by Dale Davis.
20-second timeout with 4:58 to play in the fourth. Double Jackson. Intercepted by Childs. Lead taken by Miller. Rose for three. Childs the rebound. New York has missed their last 5 shots. Sprewell, right between the eyes.
That was excellent defense by Indiana. They played that screen and roll perfectly, and then that was just a terrific athletic move by Sprewell.
Hamby.
Oh, my.
Everywhere.
Is he everywhere?
Oh, my goodness.
I thought he got in a tunnel over here. They didn't. Beautiful.
With 3 minutes.
Childs missing going baseline to baseline. Davis the rebound. It's a 4-on-2. And Dale Davis scores.
Pete Rose, the Pacers have missed. The fact that they're leading is a miracle.
Patrick Ewing.
Wow.
3 on the shot clock. Puts in a dagger. It's a 2-point game.
By design.
Wow.
Coming out of a timeout.
Oh, my.
Jackson over Ewing to Antonio Davis. Rebound by Chris Childs.
The Knicks will take that all night long. They'll trap, let them rotate it back. That's not Rick Smith's taking that jumper.
With a chance to tie it or take a lead. Sprewell wants a Canby screen. Childs for the tie. Rejected by Davis. Canby ties the game at 84.
I'm falling in love. This guy is great tonight.
Jackson against Sprewell. Rose and Antonio Davis screen for him. Jackson to Rose. Great to Bell. And a foul called on Rose.
Yeah, I like that call. You holler.
Playoff high with 13 rebounds.
That means this year, Hubie, since this is his first year in the playoffs, I guess.
Yeah.
Ewing. Shoved. It will not go. And a foul is called. It's the bench. Very animated on the New York side. Watches the old Warrior, 37-year-old Patrick Ewing, fight for 2.
They're going to the big fella. They're saying that he's going to extend his foul shooting from the other day where he was 4 for 4.
And Hubie, he has had a stretch these playoffs of some of the best clutch shooting in his entire career.
And the problem here for Indiana is no Rick Smiths again. So Patrick Ewing doesn't have to worry about out-quicking anybody. He's bigger than everybody. He can take his time and take his shot.
When you eliminate the potential shot block, Doc, it opens up a lot of avenues.
Jackson, Sprewell hounding him.
Chris Childs doing it. Oh, offense. What do you got?
Oh, Antonio Davis will watch it count.
Wow. Watch the Knicks bench. The Knicks bench, whoa, there.
Wow.
They are up in arms. They wanted an offensive foul.
He'll be, from my naked eyes, I think they deserve. Watch the elbow that Antonio Davis puts into him right there.
Right there.
Wow.
And you know what? He was there. He was outside of the restricted area.
That's a big call.
Now that is a very, very tough call to swallow, okay?
Canby's got 5 fouls, 31 seconds to play. We're tied at 86. Antonio Davis cannot give him the lead. 30 seconds to play. Davis
right into Kim. Now keep an eye on the Knicks bench. Now tell me, they could have called 7 technical fouls.
Knicks president Dave Checketts have watched his Knicks trail by 17, lead by 6, now tied at 86. Hubie Brown, the Knicks have no more fouls left.
Yeah, you can see right there, they have no timeouts. You know that they should put pressure all over the inbounds passer. Patrick Ewing has been the main man in their last 2 possessions.
And if you're Indiana, you're thinking no fouls to give right here. Play solid defense. If you get a defensive rebound, they probably will not call a timeout. Push it up and try to score. Use the clock. If the ball goes in, Indiana will call a timeout.
Houston driving, knocked away inside by Indiana. The Pacers do have timeouts to play with and 15 on the clock.
Cardinals in the basketball. Do not leave your feet to pass the ball. And he got caught in the air, Doc.
Nowhere to go with it.
That's right.
Will Reggie Miller do it again? On Childs. Foul! And a foul called, and Miller, with Childs fouling out, will be at the line.
Well, you knew he was going to try to draw a foul. I mean, this is what Reggie Miller does well.
And a discussion on the number of fouls when the Knicks are huddling without the benefit of a timeout and 2 seconds left in regulation. Reggie Miller will be at the free throw line.
See, right now, the Knicks have no timeouts left.
Right.
They're exasperating the referees because they are having their huddle. It's up to the referees to say, get on that foul line, or we're going to call a delay of game. And right there, you saw they melted. Van Gundy was able to talk to them, set up the last play, and nothing happened, and they came out of it ahead.
And, Doc, here is Reggie Miller, his reputation almost entirely based on what he has done against the Knicks over the span of his career.
You know, this is a great example because Reggie Miller has really not played that great against the Knicks except for the last minute of each game.
Childs. Ewing put it to goes. Oh, and he misses. And the Indiana Pacers have tied the Eastern Conference Finals at 1 win apiece.
Could you hear the hush? I mean, they couldn't believe the people in this building.
He caught it, and he was wide open.
Wide open.
Reggie Miller has done it again.